Today we're going to create a Northern Lights background. Now to begin, we're going to get a piece of small white paper. And on this paper, we're going to draw a wavy line. This is going to be used sort of like a stencil for our Northern Lights. Now when I draw my line, I do not want it to be many different waves. I want it to be very large waves like this. So not small and tiny, but big humps to our wavy line. Then I'm going to cut along this line with scissors so that when I'm done, I have two pieces of wavy paper that I can use for my stencil. Next, we're going to take a large black paper and we're going to lay the stencil on top. I'm going to place the stencil where I want a section of Northern Lights to be. Next, we're going to take some chalk pastel. Now, chalk pastel is different from oil pastels that you may have used before. Chalk pastels are very dusty, and they're really, really good for getting that soft, blendy look that we want for our Northern Lights. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the chalk pastels on their side when I draw with them. I'm never going to be drawing with the point today. I'm always going to be using the edge to get a nice thick area of color like so. Now when I'm using my chalk pastel, I'm going to start on the white stencil with the chalk on its side, and I'm going to kind of push up. So I'm moving my chalk in an upward motion. Up the whole time, just like so. Getting a little color, sort of on the white paper and on the black paper too. Now it doesn't look like much yet, but once I use my blending finger, I'm going to start on the white paper and push the color up one more time. And that causes the color to get that soft, blendy look, and it looks just like some Northern Lights. So I'm always using upward motions today. Now, as you're blending, be careful not to move your stencil. We want it to kind of stay in place so that we get a nice clean edge on the bottom. So the top is very blendy, but the bottom has that nice wavy line that we want to keep. Now, if you would like, you can blend more than one color on a wavy line. So I'm going to take some white, lay it on its side, and I'm going to blend a little bit of white in to kind of brighten up a little bit of my color on this light. And then once again, taking one blendy finger, not a whole blendy hand, but one finger and pushing up. And when you carefully remove your stencil, you have a really amazing effect on your black paper. Now, if you want your line to be a little bit longer, that is possible. All you have to do is kind of move your template over, match it up with where you ended, and you can kind of problem solve to get that line extended a little bit. So now maybe I want to use this blue color for the rest of my wavy line. Pushing upwards to blend. Just like so. Now I've made that line a little bit longer. Now I'm going to keep on going, blending colors until I have two wavy lines on my paper. So I have one right now. I might take this other piece to add a second wavy line below it. So I'm going to move that around until it creates a design that I'm happy with. I think it looks pretty good right about there. After you have two wavy lines on your paper, your project is complete. If you want to go back with your blendy finger and make sure that all of your lights are blended smooth, that's a good idea. But just be careful that as you're blending, you don't smudge your nice, clean, wavy line edge.